honored to introduce my friend, Dr. and Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary, who will share some more about this landmark decision and the steps that FDA is taking to improve the lives of millions of women.
Thanks so much. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Always an honor. Secretary Chavez-Dreamer, thank you for being here. Madam Second Lady, Mrs. Vance, thank you for supporting this endeavor. All my colleagues at the FDA, my colleagues at HHS, this is a historic day for women in the United States. The Women's Health Initiative study was the largest study ever done in U.S. history, a $1 billion study at the time. And you just heard how that study was misrepresented and created a fear machine that lingers to this day. Ask your doctor. But what you may not know is that there was an incredible backstory. The headline that hormone replacement therapy causes breast cancer was released to the media before the scientific data was released to the public. A week later, once the data was published, some of us looked at it and said, this is interesting. There's no statistical significance in the increase in breast cancer. If we don't have statistics, then we don't have science. All of a sudden, snake oil cures diseases, and science goes out the window. Women who took estrogen alone had a 24% reduction in breast cancer. And no clinical trial has ever shown that HRT increases the risk of breast cancer mortality. In talking to some of the scientists involved, in my curiosity as a cancer surgeon and public health researcher at Johns Hopkins before I came into this role, I reached out to some of the scientists and asked them about this controversy. I learned that before the study was released, the researchers got together in a hotel in Chicago and a shouting match erupted. One of the scientists said, if you put this out there, if you, quote, if you stir baseless fear around something so sensitive, that is breast cancer, you can't put that genie back in the bottle. Those words were so prophetic. Look at where we are today. What he predicted is exactly what happened. The fear machine took on a life of its own. Medical groupthink took seat. Just like the medical groupthink that told us opioids were not addictive for 15 years, like the medical groupthink that said kids should avoid peanut butter until they're age 3 to prevent peanut allergies. It turns out it increases the risk of peanut allergies with avoidance in the first 3 years. They got it perfectly backwards. Like the groupthink that saturated fat causes heart disease directly. For 50 years, we got that wrong, ignoring the role of refined carbohydrates. Tragically, for women, 50 million women since that study 23 years ago have been denied or never offered or talked out of the life-changing, life-saving benefits of hormone replacement therapy, including my mom. Many people know about the short-term benefits, alleviating the short-term symptoms of menopause, which can last 8 to 10 years. They can be severe, not like we were taught in medical school, that some women experience menopausal symptoms, but they last a couple years and they're usually mild. No, that was misinformation. The symptoms occur in over 80% of women. They last on average 8 years, and for many women, they are severe, even debilitating. Mood swings, night sweats, weight gain, hot flashes, divorce. By a large body of evidence, there are now recognized to be profound long-term health benefits that few people, even physicians, know about. A large body of evidence. The reduction in risk of Alzheimer's that's been suggested in one study. But let's just talk about the risk of bone fractures going down 50 to 60%. This is New England Journal level of medicine evidence. A woman who makes it to age 80 has a 1 in 3 chance of having a hip fracture. It is avoidable with a risk reduction of 50 to 60%, and so we're hammering rods in a woman's hip as a part of an operation for a condition that may have been avoidable. We don't talk about this issue as much as we should. Let's just cite the data on heart disease. In the journal Cancer, I'm going to hold it up right here. In the journal Cancer, 3 years ago, they concluded that more than 40 observational studies show a consistent 30 to 50% reduction in coronary heart disease in HRT users compared to non-users. A 30 to 50% reduction in heart disease. What are we doing? The number one cause of death in women is heart disease. The power of dogma. In the journal Circulation, again, massive, highly respected studies, 30% reduction in all-cause mortality and a 48% reduction in heart attack deaths. Okay, we talk about statins all the time. We never talk about HRT. Statins have up to a 35% reduction. And these studies are showing up to a 50% reduction. What are we doing? Not offering women this potentially powerful treatment. With few exceptions, there may be no other medication in the modern era that can improve the health outcomes of women on a population level than hormone replacement therapy. After 23 years of dogma, the FDA today is announcing that we are going to stop the fear machine, steering women away from this life-changing, even life-saving treatment. The FDA is taking action to remove the black box warnings from estrogen-related products. This is based on a robust review of the latest scientific evidence. Our expert panel at the FDA we conducted a few months ago, some of those doctors and experts are here with us today. We are also approving 2 new drugs for the treatment of menopausal symptoms. We are listening to doctors who have been waving the flag in the air saying, hey, we have this wrong. We are listening to women who have been challenging the paternalism of medicine. We are listening to female medical students that have demanded more menopause education in the curricula. This administration hears your voice and is not afraid to challenge the medical status quo. If you listen to people, and I've seen this at the bedside, if you listen to the patients, you learn a lot. HRT has saved marriages, rescued women from depression, prevented children from going without a mother. A male-dominated medical profession, let's be honest, has minimized the symptoms of menopause, and as a result, women's health issues have not received the attention that they deserve. More than 80% of women have notable severe symptoms lasting up to 8 years. How could the medical establishment get it so wrong for so long? That's the power of groupthink. Women deserve the same rigorous science as is used for men. We don't believe in medical dogma. We believe in evidence, science, patient choices, and restoring the doctor-patient relationship. And the way we do that, and we talk about this all the time in the Secretary's office, the way that we restore the damaged public trust is by showing some humility. So with that, I want to thank everyone who's here, including the FDA scientists, Christine Nguyen, Janet Maynard, and so many others. Sarah Brenner, my deputy commissioner, is now going to come up and give some comments. Thank you very much.